Do men get intimidated by me? Probably guys that didn't know me would think her arms are bigger than mine. Yeah, so they could. You've got some people that absolutely think, what are you doing? Why would you choose to get hit? You're a female. You know, women deserve just as much respect on a football field as the men do. You know, my family's really supportive because they see how happy I am and that I'm fit and I'm healthy. Having the physique of an athlete, it's just something you've got to work on and build. Your body, you know, can transform into, you know, pretty much like a machine, I think. It's transformed me, I think, over the last sort of 6 months. Not just exterior, but like the interior as well. It's just made me so much more confident. I love it. Like, I will play it as long as my body holds up. You know, I was 30 when I found gridirons, and I'm one of the older girls in the crew, so it will come soon. You know, we're going to have more exhibition games December 12th, try and get it out to the community and get it seen, I guess, and then it will be more accepted.
I don't listen to anybody who says, oh, you should give it up, you're too old. I don't listen to that sort of talk. I always think, oh, well, they're either jealous of what you do or they can't be bothered doing it. So I just go ahead and live my own life. Everyone used to say, you never walk anywhere. When I was about 8 or 9, I ran. Well, it must have been in my legs or somewhere to tell me, oh, run. Have a run. But I just love doing it, and I think that's half of the battle.
I've been playing sport since I was 16 years old for the short-statured people of Australia. I play basketball. It's exactly the same size court, it's the same size ball, and it's the same size hoop as any regular basketballer. I also do sprinting, and I'm also a swimmer. The type of dwarfism I have is called achondroplasia, and I'm the only person in my family that has it. When my parents found out that I had it when I was 4 months old, it came to quite a surprise, considering it has never been in our family before. And pretty much it just means that I'm shorter than the average height, so like everyone says, I can do anything else, just differently, and it has affected my life in a positive way, I think, like kind of made me who I am today, and it's become very well known in society that it doesn't really affect anyone anymore. It just means that you're a bit different, you're a bit diverse, and having it has been like a very lucky thing to have, I feel.
Playing sport, especially from our community, for me personally, I can speak for myself, I didn't really have any problems with my family. They had supported me playing sport ever since I started. There's a mixed opinions within the community though that believe that women should play sport or have a different opinion where they think they shouldn't. But for me personally, my family supported me, so that was more than enough. Our girls keep on coming every single week because they have that sense of belonging, and they keep on coming because we structured our club and our team to have that social inclusiveness, to accept everyone no matter where they come from. We had one experience where the only Anglo came to join our team in our first ever season. Everyone else was from an Arab background, and she came to our club, and from her experience she said that the reason why I kept on coming, why I loved you girls so much, is because you are so welcoming, and we had that from the beginning to accept everyone and anyone.
I was so nervous, and the rest of the girls had all competed before. They knew what the feeling was like, and I remember backstage I was the only one practicing the movements behind the wings, and my friend was like, stop, you need to calm down. And I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. And I got on stage and I was hoping that I wasn't going to stuff up. My mum was crying. Yeah, she was really emotional. And I don't remember the feeling on stage. I just remember the feelings before. But afterwards, I was so surprised because I won the competition, and I was so happy and so relieved, and I just wanted to perform again. It was, yeah, an exhilarating feeling. It was really good.
I don't snowboard competitively. I snowboard just for myself and for the pure enjoyment of it. I've been doing that since I was 16. and pretty much ever since then been chasing the snow around the world. I did most of my snowboarding in America. I've also snowboarded in Kashmir. I've been to Europe, spent quite a lot of time in Japan and New Zealand to snowboard. My favourite places be India, the craziness that is India, and China, because the countryside's actually really beautiful. I snowboard better when I snowboard with guys. It's possibly me trying not to be stereotypically girly, because I don't like hanging out with girls. I like hanging out with guys because they're easier to hang out with. They give me an edge that I don't always have when I'm snowboarding on my own. Definitely an addiction. I think on the same note though, being Asian and growing up with certain Asian expectations, there's a battle inside me as well.
I come from the Bundjalung Nation. It was a family tradition going to the beach, especially growing up on the coast. I started surfing because of my father. When I was a kid, I used to be really, really scared of the beach. My father would take me out and get smashed by waves, and yeah, it was scary being a kid and going out there in big waves. But as I got bigger, I enjoyed it. Surfing has taken me around the world, like Asia, South America, North America, Central America. Oh, and the Pacific Ocean and all that as well, yes. To be in the top 10 in the world, it's okay, I guess. I'd like to be number one, but probably the most memorable achievement award I've received is probably the Indigenous Award. We had a big Bundjalung Sports Awards night, and yeah, it was a great honour because I went up against a lot of great people from boxing and everything. So that was probably one of my most memorable.
My flatmates were really into yoga, so I gave that a go. I didn't like that. And somebody, oh, let's get into cycling. I bought a bicycle. I really wasn't into that. Every single time it got too hard, I would panic and quit. And Derby was the first thing I found that I wanted it more than the panic. I wanted it so bad. I remember the first day when we were those 70 girls in the room, and I'm like, I'm never gonna get this. And I'm like, just don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. You can do this. I did it. Everybody was accepted. It didn't matter what you looked like. Yes, I was the fat girl that came to the tryouts. Everybody was invited. If you were old, if you were fat, if you were too skinny, if you were too short, if you were too tall, if you were too fit, whatever. Because in every situation there's going to be an exception, except in Derby. Everybody was welcomed. I didn't have to change who I was. I would be accepted as I am and taken for what I could bring to